Right, so we're now ready to put our universal rubber boots on. We've bought two like that and we find they're all right. It's just a case of cutting them to size so you don't get too much access, which then can get caught up or end up ripping. And as always, we're using the cone to do it. This one, as we said, doesn't come off, so that's why you need the cone, and you can't go on from the other way because you've got this rubber dampener there, which again is not very easy to get off. You probably damage it if you did try and get it off. So that's the way we do it. What we always do is use some of the grease that comes with your kit. It depends on the kit. Some come with 2 packets, others come with 1. Lucky enough, this packet only came with 1, but as though lucky enough we had a spare packet from another kit, because if we just didn't need all the grease that came with it. But we found with these cones, the more grease used, the better it goes on. You certainly can't use a silicone spray like it implies. We found the only way it works is to cover in it as much of the grease that comes with it for putting in the joints as you can, and that does help it get on and makes it a little bit more possible. So that's what we're doing now, just getting all the grease on that. We'll also put a little bit of grease on the rubber boots as well. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the rubber boot, and once that's done we'll be all ready to do it. And we turn that inside out ready, because as you put it on it then will go the right way. That's just a case of pulling it down. It is a bit of a struggle, and it's so tight, normally almost squeegees all the grease off the cone, but it is a way that does seem to work. So that's what we do. Oh, and that's it over. So still a little bit of a struggle, but it's about the easiest you can do it with that sort of cone. The only other way is with the air operated tools that put it on, but this works fairly well. So now it's back the right way round. All you've got to do is clean the grease off, and then we'll be ready to pack the new joint with the grease that comes in our kit. And again, that's another thing, it's always worth keeping the packets of grease. If you get extra grease, it's worth keeping, because with this one doing both, and the kit only coming with 1 packet of grease, that does leave you a little bit tight. So it's well worth keeping any extra packets you get in kits. Right, so we're just cleaning some of that grease off. The hardest bit with this one is getting this collar back the right way, because as it goes on reverse, you've got to pull it back out, and this rubber joint gets in your way, and pulling the boot up a little bit to get it back down. But now that's done, it'll be a case of getting it all into the right positions, and of course we've got to put the grease inside the joint, and then we'll be putting the bands on, which again came with the kit, and lucky enough we've got the special tool for doing that as well. But it's technically possible to do it without the tool, but it makes things a lot easier, we've certainly found, so having that tool to do it. Right, so we're just putting all the grease in, and again, because we've removed everything out, we'll probably be putting slightly more in than you normally would, but again, you don't want too much in so that forces out and sort of kind of almost blows the boot off, or can put it under pressure, but you want enough so that you're not going to get wear and the joint's not going to be damaged. Just giving a little clean round, then we'll position the boot so that we can cut off any access that's needed, so that it's not too tight, but there's not too much rubber boot there that can get caught up on anything. As I said, we're using the clips that come with the kit, and then hopefully you can see there's like 2 little hooks that hook into those slots. You get it as tight as you can hooked into those slots round, and then the tool grips that lumpy bit on and really pulls it tight. So once it's on tight, they just cannot come out, and they seem to work fairly well. So we get it positioned and get those on. Right, so as you can see, we've got the band on and how it's gripping there, and we've crimped that, and what we've done is tried to get it on the original groove that was done probably from the factory, because often we put it on this wider bit here because there's a groove to stop it slipping down, but the problem is it can catch on the gearbox, which is probably why originally it was done like that. Sometimes it's not easy to do with the boot kits, but it looks like this time it's gone in, so hopefully that's going to work better, and then we'll be able to just cut this boot away, and you've then got the right proportion of flexible drive. Next one to do is this bit, which is should be fairly easy. It's just a little bit fiddly because it is quite a small clip to get round. Right, so that's now the bottom band on. What we normally do is just tap that little bit of clip over at the end, because it can sometimes stick out and it could get caught and rip itself out of those teeth, so we always like to do that, and we'll probably do it on the bigger band as well. That just makes sure that little edge there cannot just sort of get caught on anything and undo itself. So that's it now on. All we have to do is just cut down the rubber, so we've got a good fit.
Make sure it's got enough flexibility.
Yeah, as you can see there, we just moved it, and there's enough flexibility. That boot's not under any sort of real strain, so the access is right to cut off now. Right, so that's both the rubber boots on. As you can see, we've now cut off the access there, and also the access there, and you can see how we've got just enough rubber boot for movement, but not too much, so that hopefully it won't get caught up on things, which we did find on one of them when we fitted the boot. We left a little bit more access and found that it did catch up, so we now always try and get them as tight as we can, but still with enough movement. What we're doing now is just degrease that, and it'll be ready for us to paint the areas we want to paint.